Hey there, strangers. It's time for another, well, finish what I started series. It's not a 2 p.m. It's just the series as always. Uh, so for those of you that might not be aware, um, you know, this this series that I made is something that I've been, uh, well, I have a lot of projects that are on my plate. Okay, I have a lot of ideas that I want to create and do and build, and I keep on um, I always have my mind focused on other things, and um, I found out that streaming allows me to get it allows me to focus. It allows me to get some of the work that I want done. Okay. The fact that I've been streaming for well over a year now, and I've had I have had my days where I've been down in the dumps and had some problems, but I keep on coming back to it, and it's kind of like a stability. It's a way for me to kind of get some of the things that I want done. So, um, because I've come to that realization, um, I kept on having these ideas that I wanted to build and do and work on, but I didn't really finish them. Uh, you know, I have a, you know, I keep on creating these projects and keep on creating these ideas and things that I want to kind of do, but I just don't do them. And it has come to a point where I need something to kind of change. So that's what this is all about. Okay. For those of you that might not be aware, um, this is a brand new series for me. Um, I'm doing it for an hour. I'm taking an hour of my time to continue working on these particular projects of mine so that I can complete them, so that I can actually do something with them, and I can basically say, um, you know, for example, this particular project right now, this uh, I'm working on let me go live here so you guys can see what I'm doing here. So I am doing a document for a Twitch team. Okay. I don't know personally any partners. I don't know anyone that is directly a partner right at this point in time. Um, so I want to basically well, I've already kind of talked about this, in my previous streams. If you want to go to my YouTube channel, I've been uploading these um, daily lately. They're fairly simple uploads, so I just upload them directly to my YouTube channel. So feel free to check that out. Um, I've already kind of talked about my problems with previous Twitch teams in the past. I want to change that. Okay, I want to have a team that I can be proud of, that has a solid foundation, that can actually help out others. Okay, that's the whole purpose of this team, and um, I want to create this document in such a fashion where um, it has a solid foundation right from the very start. You know, a partner can look at it and they see something that they would be willing to back. Okay. Obviously, they don't necessarily need to. Um, I'm not asking for them to step up into a leadership role or anything along those lines. Okay. You know, I would be. I'm fine with starting up this team. To try to get it going at the very least. Try to work on getting it to grow and the like. Um, so you know, but on the other hand, um, I mean, if they want to um, work on the if they want to be a leadership position, then obviously I'll talk with them more about that. Um, but I mean, they would have to be like 100% or not, if not like 110% willing to step up into that role. Okay, I have no problem on being one of the vice chairs if necessary. I've done it before. I've been vice president of clubs before, so I mean, I don't mind um, being that you know extra support. Okay, but um, I don't want to throw that responsibility on a partner if they're not willing to do that. Okay. Um, if they don't want to do that, obviously I'm not going to force them to be a CEO, president, club president, whatever, what have you. Okay. So, um, if they feel like they want to join in, then obviously, um, I would love to have some extra um, support and like on that, but um, to have folks that are willing to um, you know work on the work on everything that kind of needs to happen. As you probably saw, I turned on some music so my headset remains active. So um, and no, I will not be playing it obviously because it's copyrighted music and yeah. Okay, so um, yesterday we were kind of expanding on our subgroups. I don't think there's really anything else, any other subgroups that I can think of um, that are going to be um, really essential at this point. I mean, obviously, as uh, as I kind of mentioned here, this is meant to be something that can um, continue to grow and expand and like be adjusted, changed, what have you. So, um, um, but okay, so let's see. Problems that I've seen in teams, leaders that feel the team should boost just them. I mean, that's that's fine if it's just meant to be like a fan page or a fan team or something like that. That's understandable. Okay. There are some teams that are out there like that. No worries on that. Okay. That's not the purpose of this team, but Um, but there are some that just feel that, their team should be centered around them, and that's not how a team should be, in my particular opinion. Okay. Team members don't communicate with each other for collabs. Um, now, so the reason why I say this is that, I've seen the very first team that I was on, there was no communication whatsoever from what I saw from the team members. Okay, there wasn't communication from one member to another, or at least no one was communicating directly with me. I had the exact same problem. I wasn't communicating with others. Okay, but I'm an introvert, so it's really difficult for me to initiate a conversation. It really is. I have to kind of talk about a particular subject matter, and it has been um, difficult to try to um, reach out to other people along those lines. Okay. Um, the last team that I was in, we had a document that basically said, here's all these people that are willing to collab. Here's when they can collab. Here's what games they collab on. And I didn't see it take off for me at all. No one communicated with me at all concerning that. Um, Matter of fact, I literally said, I'm willing to collab with anyone that was willing to, um, concerning, some of the games that I listed, and these are games that other people had listed as well, and it didn't go anywhere. So, um, I remember right before the team pretty much dissolved, my last team that pretty much dissolved. One person was asking if anyone wanted to join a Among Us collab, and I raised my hand. I was like, I'm willing to join. They said, great. I'll contact my friend and we'll arrange it. No communication with me whatsoever. So, um, so that's the reason why I put this down. I'm not saying that everybody doesn't communicate with each other. Obviously, I've seen collabs happen, okay, between other team members and the like, but it's it's kind of unfortunate when you have a member that is willing to collab and no one contacts that person. Okay. Um, that's a problem in my opinion. Okay. When one person is saying pick me, and no one does, reminds me of, like, elementary school and junior high and high school, the person that's kind of standing in the back, or the last person in the entire group that gets picked. Yeah, I was that kid from time to time. Not always, but I was that kid. So yeah, that's how it felt. So to have that in a team, we're not gonna have that. We're not gonna have that happen. So we need to make sure that our communication for clubs is strong, vibrant, continuous. Um, you know, we don't leave anyone out. Okay. Um, and if there is a particular problem with that particular person, like maybe people think, hey, this person's too negative. I mean, I get it. I'm going through a rough time in my life. Okay. Um, some people might look at me and go, "Hey, you know, he's he's gone through some tough times." Well, yeah, yeah, I am, but that shouldn't necessarily mean that I should be isolated. Okay. Um, you know, um, you should be able to talk with someone to help them out. Okay. So definitely need to work on that. Okay. Team member events are boosted. Okay. Um, I check out. I'm talking about two particular events. I've already talked about. My event with the affiliate party that no one visited, and there was another team member that had an anniversary stream, 24-hour, that he felt that people said that they were going to, but didn't. Okay, I don't necessarily want that to happen either. Okay, I want people to feel like they are a part of the team, no matter what. So, you know, I mean, I get it if you're like, for example, my streams are always like, from 2 to 6 p.m. PST. If, if someone's on the other side of the world, they're going to be asleep. They're not going to be able to see those streams, okay? So I'm not going to expect them to come in or anything along those lines. But if I'm doing like a 12-hour stream or something like that, then maybe they can stop in, okay? Even if it's just for like an hour or something like that, okay? Um, we should be able to try to encourage that, okay? No matter what, okay? Um, we shouldn't have team members that feel like they are, um, no one's visiting them, okay? That means that they're isolated and, they're alone and stuff like that. We don't want that, okay? You know, we want to build a community that can support each other. If you have one person that is isolated, then we need to address that. Okay. Leaders and team members don't help the newer streamers. Um, there was um, a particular person I remember that I helped that didn't really understand how to handle uploading um, a JPEG, PNG, or whatnot. So others can use his particular or his or hers particular picture for VTuber collabs. Okay, so I talked them through it. I talked that particular person through uploading their PNG for everybody to kind of use and the like. I'm not part of the leadership of that last team. Okay, they didn't look for me and look towards me as being a leadership, but I stepped up anyway. Okay, that should happen all the time. Okay, if someone's having difficulty, if someone has some kind of problems, communication, collabs, problems um, with their stream overall, like maybe the person's voice is too loud, Maybe um, they aren't hearing the sounds of the game or something like that, then these streamers need help from time to time. Okay, they should have the support of the leaders, the officers, and the team members. Okay? Everybody should have access to some kind of help, one way or another. Okay, um, so this needs to happen. So what's the purpose of the team? Boost everyone, no matter what. Doesn't matter who. Okay, everybody gets to be boosted one way or another. Okay, um, viewership, help, um, you know, advice, um, anything. Okay, we need to build that tight knit of a team to help others. Okay, if we lose that, then there's no point. There's no point in this team. Okay, so we need to support the small streamers and help them grow as a streamer. Okay, we need to help them grow, completely. So, um, find out what their strong suits are. Find out what games they enjoy or what they'd like to do. Give them ideas as to maybe ideas of what they can do to maybe change, if anything. Um, that kind of thing. Okay, if especially if they're looking for it. Okay, especially if they're looking for that kind of support, we should be there to kind of help them out with it. Okay, no one gets special treatment. I don't want special treatment. I don't want the officers to receive special treatment. I don't want a particular member to get special treatment. Everybody should have the same equal amount of treatment one way or another. Okay. Um, we should all be supporting each other. Okay. If one person gets more support than another, then there's a problem and it should be addressed. Okay. Um, you know, I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. Okay. It's going to be really difficult to try to. Okay. This is going to be really difficult. Okay. Because there's going to be streamers out there that are could be really difficult to maybe listen to. Um, they might have trouble trying to figure out, what kind of hardware they're using, what kind of software they're using. They might be having some difficulty trying to, um, um, convey what they want to say to others. Um, they might have more of an abrasive nature to them. Okay, not to say that it's bad overall. Like, they're not really saying anything along the lines of this person is um like maybe the person might be not be like racist or anything along those lines, but maybe they're confrontational, meaning like that maybe they're like you know yes, I'm the pinnacle of the first person shooter kind of mentality. That might be great for some, might turn off others. So, I mean, that it's the I can't guarantee that everybody is going to get equal amount of um, viewership and stuff like that. Okay, I can't. Um, I don't want to. Okay, I don't want to force my team members to go and visit others. Okay, I really don't want to do that. Okay, that's not the point of it. Okay, everybody should still have a fun time. But at the same time, I don't want people to feel like they're isolated either. So there has to be some kind of balance there. Okay, um, there has to be something that um, someone can kind of relate to. Someone can kind of tap into that kind of um, connection with some of these individuals, okay, that might have some troubles, okay? And if they are indeed having some troubles connecting with others, like maybe they are very introverted and like trying to talk with others is really difficult for them. That could totally be a possibility here, okay? We need to work on helping them overcome that. So, um, so no special treatment include team leader and/or officers. Um, Anyone that gives special treatment may face removal from the team. So, for example, if I'm team lead and I go to one particular member and give them subscriptions over and over and over and over and over again, and I don't do it for anybody else, that's special treatment. Okay. Um, we need to kind of discourage that at the very beginning, at the very least. So everyone on the team is equal. Okay. Um, in terms of, you know, um, in terms of getting help, getting advice, um, helping them succeed as a streamer, it should all be equal along those lines. Okay. Obviously, um, doing the viewership, trying to do equal viewership, that's going to be really difficult to do, if not almost impossible. Okay. I can't guarantee that. Okay. Because once again, we're talking about trying to force someone to watch a streamer. That's going to be difficult. Okay. But we can at least try to work with that particular individual to help them grow. So it might not always be it might not always be one person helping out another, or one person always going to each and every single streamer to watch them. Okay, it should be amount of um, you know we watch their content, we see what works for them, what doesn't work for them, and then we work with them to try to um, help them grow. Um, there should never be a type collab only. Okay, I've seen a lot of VTuber only collabs. I've been seeing that a lot lately. Okay, I don't want to see it. Okay, if they want to talk with other VTubers, fine. You know, that's fine. But it should never be a VTuber only. It should never be a male only, never be a female only, never be a black only, never be um, I keep on forgetting the damn name of it. Hold on. Yeah, let's see. LGBTQIA. There we go. I keep on uh, missing out on that. Okay. I don't want to see any of that. We're only dealing with this particular group. Okay. Everybody should be inclusive. Okay. So, um, everybody on the team should be saying, "Hey, we're doing a um, we're doing a Among Us stream. VTubers are encouraged, but if you want to join me, let's do it." Okay. Encouraged. Okay, meaning that, hey, I would love to know more VTubers, but let's get some other real life streamers in here as well. That's that's the angle that should be done. Okay. So don't isolate people just for their particular type. Okay. If you do a VTuber only, that isolates people that are not VTubers. If you do male only, well, you isolate females. If you do whites only, that isolates blacks. Let's not do that. Okay. So that's the reason why we have this. Okay. This Google Doc is meant to grow and expand and change. Information and details can be and will be modified. Can and will be modified over time. All depending on what needs to be changed. Meaning more oversight than just the team lead. I mean, I'll I'll admit, okay, I'm making a lot of changes to this particular document because I'm building it myself. I don't have a team with me that is willing to kind of join me on this just yet. Okay. Maybe people want to join on that team, but I don't actually have that yet. Okay. Um, as it is anyway, I still need to create a server for it too. Okay. Um, I have my own personal Discord server. Okay. But this team is meant to have its own, team Discord. Okay. So, um, the, you know, things need to change with this team. It will grow over time. It will change over time. Okay. And um, may not need to expect the team lead to make the changes all by themselves. Okay. We may need to expect officers to kind of chip in ideas and um, changes to the document may need to happen, you know, um, by like officer voting. Okay. Um, much like the United States Constitution. Okay. The president doesn't add constitutional amendments to the Constitution. The Congress does. Okay. I'm not saying that I need to create a Congress for this particular team. Okay, that's a lot. Um, but I want to be able to allow for changes over time. So, officer positions. There's going to be multiple positions within a team that the member can apply for. Basically, meaning um, there's multiple different sub subcategories, sub teams. Okay, and they can apply for any one of those particular positions, and there should never be a cap on who is a part of a team. Okay, it should be inclusive. Now, some of these teams might need more help than others. Um, Meaning like if there's too many people planning, like fundraisers, for example, but there's no one boosting it, then we need to try to figure out ways of adjusting that. Okay, but that's if people want to join in. Okay, um, these positions are meant to boost the team, in one way or another. Um, Make sure that members are holding up on their end, meaning that they're not actively um, uh, dragging down someone else or causing problems for someone else or anything along those lines. Okay, we want people to be inclusive. Okay, if a particular member is non-inclusive, if they are specifically being someone that is um, causing problems for others, that's going to be a problem. Okay. Um, Now, right now, we're only going to do one officer position per member, meaning that we only want them to be part of the team application leads or the Discord planner leads or one time. Okay, we only want them to have one of these particular tasks because that might require a lot of work on their end. Okay, I don't want them overloaded with work. Okay, I don't want them overloaded with trying to do a lot of things all at once. Now, that doesn't mean that they can't help out in these particular fields, but it doesn't necessarily mean that um, um, that's like their only sole responsibility. Okay, like if they want to continue, if they want to help out boosting out a collab, sure, no problem. But it's not what their position is all about if they are just the collab planner. Okay, so um, team lead election. Um, I've just kind of threw some dates down for this. Um, I was picking August because there's hardly anything that happens in August. Um, so um, so we'll do a yearly election in August, or at least that's the plan for it. Votes will be counted, election results. Um, then we have the transition. So um, this right here could um, the elections, the transitions, this could be potentially difficult to do. Um, for example, say we have the Twitch team, okay? Or we create the Twitch team, the partner creates it, hands it over to me, for example. I suddenly go through a power trip or something like that, and I say, we're going to get rid of all the elections. I'm going to be the team lead from now on. You know, obviously that's a problem because that's going against this particular document. I'm violating the team election uh, contents. You know, I get voted out, for example, but I don't want to do the transition at all. These are all problems, but how do we enforce it? Kind of hard to be honest. Um, it's really difficult to try to enforce this kind of um, club mentality on this when when the Twitch system itself doesn't really allow for that. Okay, so this is kind of falling on like an honor system. Okay, someone that um, um, let's see, um, honor system on transitions. If any lead fails to agree to the transition, then the team could fail. Let me go ahead and put that as a sub. Here, let me go ahead and add that to the Vice lead as well. So, oh, come on. There we go. Okay, special election if any officer violates team vision. Um, so if the team lead um, if the team lead ever has the idea that, hey, I'm going to be forever team lead, I'm going to remove the election, whatnot, or something like that, then the um, vice leads can step in and do a vote to remove the team lead. Okay. And then select a new team lead to try to take back over. But again, you know, how do you enforce it? I don't really know. Um, you know, there's nothing that like for example, I can't go to Twitch and say, you know, this particular team lead isn't working for the team. What are they going to go? And what are they going to say? They're going to say, okay, why do we care? You know, it's not their job to handle the team leads as long as it's working with the um, within their TOS. Why do they care who is lead of a team or not? Okay, that's why this is kind of difficult to do because um, you have the potential for someone to kind of step in and claim power. Okay, and as much as I'd like to try to um, um, find a way of enforcing that um, enforcing that, I don't really have a good solution for it. Okay. Um, I have no real teeth for doing these kind of enforcing transitions or anything along those lines. Okay. Um, so I don't know what I can really do with. with that in particular. So, um, like I said, if anyone knows a way that I can work that in, to allow for a transition that is um, that is guaranteed, like, hey, um, this person will always, will have the election, and you know, if one person wins the election, then um, it will force the switching. Will basically remove um, the team lead's uh, um, password and switches it over to the other member. Um, could do an actual website on it, but I don't have a full experience on that. Hmm. Let's see. Let me let's see. Let me go ahead and add a new website builder, site builder leads. So WBL. Okay. So come back up here and we refresh the table of contents there. Okay. So maybe, just maybe, I'm just kind of throwing that out there right at the moment. Maybe I can do a website, that actually kind of integrates a lot of this stuff, like has a calendar, has a login system, maybe has an election system, showing all the officers, and like that might be that might be something that can be done. Okay. Um, you know, so okay, let's go ahead and add. Add those in there. There we go. Okay. So, let's get into the actual positions now. Team lead. Okay, obviously, that's meant to just kind of, um, keep the foundation strong, keep it moving the way it kind of needs to be moved, and try to get it to, um, uh, they're basically meant to hold to the vision of the team. Okay. Um, they adjust um, they adjust the team document. to make sure that everything kind of continues to be modified to allow for other additions, you know. Um, and they um, let's see. Let's see. Is there um, you know, um, to be honest, I don't know what else really needs to be done with this with the team lead because um, a team lead should be able to pretty much kind of do whatever they kind of want in the sense of, if they want to work on any like one of these particular subjects, okay, like if they want to help out with the collab planning, they should be completely able to, okay. If they want to help out with any kind of technical help, they should be completely able to. Obviously, they're not going to be able to do all this, okay. Trying to actually make them do all this, it's not going to happen, okay. This is kind of what you look at when you think of a very large team right at this point, okay. You see a large team with a Discord. They might have a website built up for the team. They have people that are kind of handling technical difficulties. They have people that are handling the Discord, handling the being a moderator, being able to kind of modify um, modifying the Discord so that it kind of works out for everybody. You know, this is all stuff that um, I mean, Team Lee could definitely try to tackle all this, but let's face it, um, it would be almost pure suicide for someone to try to handle all this by themselves. Okay, no one should ever think that this needs to be put onto the shoulders of one particular person. Okay, ever. Okay, so, but if the person is really good on building spreadsheets or something like that, then they should be able to. So, you know, um, so let me kind of put that down here. Let's see, helping officers grow their offices. Okay, that's basically it. Okay, that's what the team lead is all about. Okay, um, you know, they are meant to kind of help build a team over time. Okay, changing the document if necessary. Um, and um, and trying to help out the helping out the individual officers to try to um, help out that particular vision of that particular subgroup. So system position to for team lead or the vice leads, depending on size, may require multiple vice leads. Ideally, one per office, meaning um, here, let me sub team. Okay, each vice lead will gather info from all office leads, meaning um, if um, they got, like, if for the collab planner leads, okay, they gather up all the information on this and they talk with the team lead about any kind of relevant information that needs to be talked about. Okay, if there's any kind of problems, that's what it's all supposed to be about. Okay, if there's a problem with that particular team in some fashion or another, then it needs to be brought up and addressed. Um, so, and then we have, um, you know, we'll have a democratic vote every 6 months for the vice leads. Okay, meaning that um, we want to give the vice leads enough time to kind of get used to their office and, well, okay. First thing is that they need to be officers first, okay, before they really step up into the vice lead, okay. Um, and preferably individuals that are actually part of um, the team itself. Um, um, let's see. Uh, Officers from uh, different sub-teams are not eligible. Nah, I kind of misspelled that, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Um, I mess that up sometimes, so um, not eligible to step into the vice lead position without prior team prior team experience. Meaning that someone from the collab booster lead team cannot step up into the vice lead of the event planner, for example. Okay, they might, you know, a member here might understand what the event planner lead might be doing, okay, but they actually need to join that particular team because there might be some nuances that they might not be aware of, okay. So as much as there might be some amount of communication between with, I want communication with everybody here. I don't want it to be, um, I don't want them uh, stepping into a position with no prior knowledge. So, enforcement leads. Obviously, an officer position. They verify that officers or members are holding up their respective agreements, meaning that if any officer or member is violating their division in some fashion or another, the enforcement leads will record it and they will report it. Okay. If, say, an officer in a particular subgroup is causing some problems, or they're not really holding up to their end of the bargain, or anything along those lines, then the enforcement lead can let their vice lead know that, hey, this particular person is causing problems. And the vice lead can kind of step in and go, hey, you know, hey, Mr. You know, officer, you're having some, you're causing some difficulties. What's going on? Okay, you gotta stop this, or we're gonna have to ask you to step down as an officer. Okay. Um, let's see. Can remove officer from the office position. If the officer has a violation of the team vision, then the vice lead has the responsibility of correcting the violation actually, let me kind of split it up into if officer has a violation of team vision, then following has to occur. Of working with officer to break the violation. As yeah, damn it. There's a bug right here. Hold on. Sorry. All right. Has the responsibility of removing officer if they do not change. Okay, this can be really, really difficult for some people. Okay, especially if they are, um, especially if they're friends with that particular individual. Okay, if if an officer keeps on getting reports from the enforcement leads that they are violating the vision of the team, then the vice lead has to step up and say, listen, I can't have you as an officer anymore. And that could be really difficult to do. So, um, let's see. I'm going to put this as well under the um, under the vice lead. Hmm. Let's see. Vice lead has initial responsibility if vice lead is unable to correct the situation, then team lead has the ability and responsibility to carry out uh, um, making any necessary corrections. All right. So, open position for anyone that wants to participate, which can be very stressful. What they confirm, all members rate and rate equal or down. Okay, so um, one of the um, one of the things that I wanna try to stress here is we need to help out um, anyone that is going through. We want to help out the smaller streamers and the like. People that rate up. I mean, now, okay, don't get me wrong. Okay, there's a lot of streamers out there that I like watching. Okay, I don't mind watching these streamers and the like. Okay, and I will go and watch them and you know chat with them and all that kind of jazz. Okay, but some of these streamers are already very well situated in their own respective corner kind of thing. They have they're very kind of understanding of what they are all about, what they want to do, so on and so forth. Okay, smaller streamers don't have that. Okay, they don't have that little niche um, that they found yet. They might not have that kind of idea or something that can kind of work with everything. Okay, um, so I don't necessarily want them. So I don't necessarily want people rating up. Um, the people that are at the very top, some of them don't really care. Okay, they get so many people rating them, subscribing to them, chatting with them. They might not even see it. Okay, I know that if I was to take my stream right now and go to any partner that is out there right now, I mean, right now I only have like myself watching right at this point. If I was to go raid someone, they're gonna they're they may address it, maybe, but when you start having partners that are like in the thousands, they're not gonna care. I mean, they might care that someone is actually trying to raid them, but they might not address it right away, if at all. Okay, they might have that particular alert completely disabled. Okay, and who's to say that you know Twitch doesn't set up some kind of announcement that says basically that um, anyone under a particular raider limit just doesn't get announced. Okay, they've already done it. Okay, so um, so that has the potential of happening more and more. So um, so if a member raids, they should raid someone of equal status. You know, like if if they aren't even affiliate, raid someone that isn't also affiliate. Raid someone that is still kind of struggling for views. Okay, or they might not have all the followers or something like that. Affiliates, sure they can raid other affiliates, but they should also be encouraged to raid those that aren't. Okay, so you know, and partners, they can raid everybody. Obviously, they're encouraged to raid the people that aren't affiliates or affiliates, okay, to kind of build up their viewership and like. Um, but I mean, they can still raid other partners, okay, because sometimes, well, I mean, let's face it, um, other individuals might have, a stronger connection with others, and they might have built up each other over time, okay. So, um, so it's okay to raid of someone of equal level, okay, but it should never be along the lines of someone should be rating, someone that isn't affiliate should be rating me, okay, in my particular opinion, okay. If they want to come into my stream and talk with me and stuff like that, then that's perfectly fine. Rating me, well, I mean, I'm gonna love the raid, one way or another, obviously. Okay, I don't have a strong viewership or anything along those lines. Okay, but if like I said, if I raid someone that's a partner that has thousands and thousands of viewers, they might not really care. Okay, I don't want I don't want the team members to feel like that. I don't want them to feel like they don't care. Okay, I want them to share in the experience that they're making a difference to someone. Okay, you know, the last team that I was on, when the team lead was wanting to raid someone, they didn't know who to raid. I made sure that they raided someone that was on the team. Okay, someone that was kind of struggling for viewership and like, okay, saying, hey, go raid this guy or raid that person. Okay, get help them out. And you know what? She, she did raid that one person that one time, and they were floored. They did not expect it, and they loved every second of it. I don't really remember who it was, to be honest. Um, but you know, uh, they loved they loved her for it, even though I was the one that kind of gave the suggestion. But it's okay. It's okay. The person loved what happened. Okay, they were obviously very floored by it. Okay, but they loved the fact that they're the um, the team lead thought about them, even though technically she didn't. I mean, or you know, I gave the suggestion and she agreed to it. Does that mean that you know, if I didn't suggest the person, would she have done it anyway? Probably not. Probably not. Based off of everything that I've seen, yeah, probably not. But you never know. Okay, she might have, but I kind of doubt it. Okay, I kind of doubt it. Hate to say it, but yeah. Um, but that team member, he loved it. He was blown. his mind was blown the fact that there were hundreds of viewers coming into his stream for the very first time ever, and it was, part of the team that he was on. That's the kind of feeling that I want to present every single time to every single member, no matter what. Okay? That kind of joy. That's something that everybody should be, um, that everybody should get and receive and cherish, is that kind of joy of getting that raid that blows your mind. Okay? Rating up doesn't give that. Uh, you know, uh, Now, don't get me wrong. The people that are partners, okay, at least the good ones, they understand the fact that, people are taking time out of their day to watch them, okay? Um, you know, look at Markiplier, for example. Look at all the um, uh, look at his, like, $1 million and million subscriber videos that he does, kind of thing, or he did. Okay, he did these little videos thanking everybody for coming into his channel, watching him, following him, and um, that means a lot. Okay, because that means that he was willing to, um, he was willing to talk to those that were still there, still following him, still watching him, and stuff like that. You know, he's I'm sure that he still feels that way no matter what. Okay, but he can't address every single last follower. Like, he can't, you know, when he's streaming, and you have follower after follower after follower after follower, he's not going to be able to go, you know, oh hey, you know, this particular user, thank you for the follow, thank you for the follow, thank you for. I mean, he can't do that. There's just too many people that are coming into his stream and talking with him and chatting with him and stuff like that. He's gonna have a problem with it, and it's not gonna really work. He's not gonna be able to see, and that's sad truth of it all. Okay, um, you go to a rock concert, you know, and the 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 band is up on the stage and they say, "Hey, we need a volunteer." Almost everybody in that crowd is gonna try to volunteer. I mean, unless it's a really bad band. But then, why would there be a crowd at it or something like that? Okay. But maybe one day they say, hey, we need a volunteer for, you know, playing this guitar riff while I sing or something like that. I've seen it happen before, you know. Um, so, um, so they do, they try to scan the crowd for anyone to basically say me, 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 me. They might not see, they probably won't be able to see everybody. They can't let everybody come up to on stage and play a little guitar riff every single time. They just can't do it. There's too many people on in the crowd. There's too not enough time to allow for everybody to come on up and play a little guitar riff or something like that. It just isn't. So, um, I know for a fact that, if I was having to deal, I mean, uh, normally I like to kind of talk about, who communicated with me during the chat and stuff like that. And if someone, um, And if the um, if there's a problem or um, if there's too many people, then I'm gonna get lost on it. Okay, there's just too many people to kind of keep track of it all, and it's just gonna get to a point where I can't help. I can't say hi to everybody, and that's just the way of it. You go to any particular streamer that has um, thousands of watchers and say hi. Just not even highlighting the text. Just say hi. You may not be seen. It's just one of the sad realities of it. Okay. You might get seen, but not always. So um so um so they basically keep an eye on they keep an eye on members, see whether or not they raid and who they raid. Okay. And then they put down their information down. Um, you know, checks if there's reason behind violation, online status, stream verification, confirmed by stream evidence, use clips, so on and so forth. And always, as always, innocent until proven guilty. Okay, we need to have that. You know, we need to have that evidence before we have any kind of problem with that particular member or not. Okay, so um, let's see. Let me go ahead and take this here, and we'll move it up here as well, or we'll paste it there. So, yep, Jedi, I'm back for a short time, but like I mentioned, I normally do these uh, single hour streams. Matter of fact, I should be logging out pretty soon. So you keep on coming in at the tail end of it. Um, let's see. Um, so let's see. Make sure that officers are doing their jobs. Um, okay, sounds good there, Jedi. Sounds good. Who are visited and when. Note any violations. Okay, let's see. Why is this? No, they're just basically saying no plural. Okay. Um, okay, so that's the enforcement leads and everything that they kind of do. Um, so team application leads are obviously an officer, and they check the potential member for um, to see. Um, Initially, let me say rules alignment. Uh, any evidence of violations and automatic removal application, meaning that if there's ever like a problem that they see, like there's like a clip of them saying any kind of like racial slurs or something along those lines, then obviously we don't necessarily want them in the team. Okay, so and obviously um, we want to kind of keep the, uh, you know, we need to keep a spreadsheet of that information. So let's see. There we go. For let's see. Update spreadsheet for application verification. Um, um, Clips. Any violations and saves for evidence. Who's visiting when? Let's see. Submission. No, that's not how you spell submission. What am I doing? Yep. Of approval. All right. So basically, if they find someone that is um, that works well with the team, then obviously um, they will send a team invite. Um, if there is ever a problem, um, like if they aren't sure if there could be a potential problem with that individual, then it should probably be brought up. Um, if there are any questions about whether an applicant um, is a good fit, then the following can be done. Um, let's see. Talk with Vice Lead on applicants to find what they believe is best. Can be escalated to team lead for approval. All right. Meaning that if a TAL looks at an application, they see some uh, some evidence that they go, is this guy a good? Is this particular person a good fit? I mean, is there any particular problem with this particular individual? You know, so on and so forth. They may step it up to. They may chat with the vice lead about the um, particular issue. Um, you know, and if the vice lead isn't even sure, then they can escalate it to the team lead. And obviously, you know, they can have a full-on discussion about this in their own time to try to figure out, you know, is the applicant a good fit? Okay. So, okay. Think we've think we've gone through quite a bit here. Let me go ahead and um, see. We stopped off at the social media lead, which is page 6. So we're going to continue social media lead tomorrow. But this is where we're going to go ahead and close on down here, folks. I don't want to spend 4 hours on this. um, I keep on talking about how I want to do this for like about an hour, and I keep on doing an hour and a half, hour and 15. But I really need to kind of, um, I can't do too much time spent on this. So I still have a lot of things that I also need to kind of take care of on the side. Uploading videos and the like. So this is where we're going to go ahead and close down for the night. Um, so we're going to continue working on building up the each of these um, sub teams. Fleshing out all the uh, necessary information about them, so we don't have any kind of confusion about what they can and cannot do. Obviously, as I mentioned before, you know, the document is supposed to be a living document. It will be changed, but um, the whole purpose of this is to make sure that we have a strong, solid foundation before we present it to any particular partner. So, um, um, so we're going to continue with the social media leads and continue on from there tomorrow. Um, so far, I think we're doing pretty well overall as to um, what I'd like to kind of see on this. Um, yeah, nothing else for the table of contents, but we're gonna continue this tomorrow. We're gonna keep on working on this. If there's anyone that kind of wants to help out with this or figure out, that might have kind of suggestions about what I can and what might be a good idea or not, then feel free to um, put it in the chat or put it on the YouTube videos or anything along those lines. Talk with me about what you think I should do on a particular issue. Um, but we're going to keep on working on this, building it up, building that foundation, and we're going to have a kick-ass team in well, at least we're going to try to. So, um, so yeah, and that's where we're going to go ahead and end for tonight. So, these videos will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, so feel free to check that out. I got a link down below for that. I also have links to my Discord, my Patreon, and my Twitter account down below, so feel free to check those out if you'd like. Um, I have a schedule of everything that I do on this channel down below in the About section. So if you're interested in any of the games that I play as well as the coding streams that I do, it's all down there. Um, just know that I normally stream daily from 2 to 6 p.m. PST. Um, and of course, these little um, finish what I started projects are currently right now set for after my normal streams, so you can always stop on by afterwards or keep an eye on the Twitch stream. Um, you know, come say hi if you want, or don't. It's perfectly fine if you don't. So, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully, I'll catch you next time. Jedi, thank you for stopping by again. I appreciate it. Till then, have a good night. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll catch you strangers next time.